Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing action strategy game Siegecraft Commander. Game features two campaigns, both of which have frustrating mission design, where it basically puts a lot of enemies on the map in varied directions and requires you to spread your troops too thin, and just basically has difficulty derived from that, from putting you up against insane numbers of enemies. In addition to that, there is multiplayer. You can either play turn-based or real-time mode, and there's also an offline mode, which is what I'm going to do in the for the video here. But there's no skirmish mode, which is very disappointing. And I think the reason is because the AI actually doesn't know how to play. They just get scripted locations during the campaign missions, and then they just kind of sit there, and it's your job to kind of figure out how to defeat them. There's also only 5 maps, as you'll see in the multiplayer mode. And you can also level up your commander if you want. But I'm going to do an offline custom game where I'm actually going to play myself. So let me do a turn-based. Let me make that somewhat large. So you can see there's only 5 maps here. I'll just pick one at random. Just so I can kind of talk. And we'll do 2 minutes. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, no, we'll do 60 seconds. That's fine. Alright, so I'm going to join. There we go. Player. And press enter again. And then you kind of pick your little guy. I'll just be a human knight. And you get little kind of bonuses here depending on which one you pick. So that's fine. So I'll do a player there, and we'll just do it against the lizards. And there we go. So this will be empty slot and empty slots. And there we go. And then that's basically it. Alright, so I got 60 seconds to do it. Now the way that this works is you actually shoot buildings from existing buildings, which is pretty interesting. So basically what you have is you have an armory which spawns defensive structures. You have a garrison that spawns troops. You have an outpost that expands your area. You have a library that does magical stuff, and a ballista, which is kind of defensive. So I'm going to shoot an outpost, and then you basically just pull back on this thing, aim, and fire. Now, when you fire, you have to make sure there's an uninterrupted path between you and where you aimed your building. If you aim it over rocks, it doesn't work, which is pretty interesting. So I'm going to do an outpost. And both sides basically have the same structures. So outpost over there. And then basically you can shoot buildings from your outpost. And the kind of goal is to take over the enemy. So let me do a garrison over here. Just going to show off the different buildings. So there goes the garrison. And we'll do another outpost. And try to get it in this little ring. No, that was way off. Take some practice to get your aim down, obviously. Alright, so on the garrison, you can use golden gems to do a hatchery to hatch things, or you can do a barracks, which will spawn units, so that's what I will shoot out there. The other interesting thing about this shooting mechanic is that you can't cross paths, so you can't kind of double back on things. So it's just pretty interesting. So I'm going to start expanding out, although it doesn't really matter. So I'm playing against myself. So I'll just kind of do that. Alright, and then the camera stays. Where's that? Okay, so there's the barracks. Barracks has one dude over there. I can shoot another barracks out if I want in another turn. So I will do outpost. We'll shoot an outpost, and I'll try to get it in here. Very nice. Going for those gems so I can get better units. And we'll do another outpost. Another thing that the buildings do is when you hit like this central building here, it destroys all the buildings that are connected to it all the way back to your keep, which is pretty interesting. With these units at the barracks, you can't actually give them any orders. So they just kind of go wherever. That was good. Got some gems. So I'm going to try to get him... Get the... Yeah, it's that outpost. Oh, that was a misclick on my part. And it hit the rock anyway, so... And that's your turn. So if you miss hit, then you're really in trouble. Alright, what do I actually want to do here? Where's the gold? Yeah, see, the problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to get back to that because I need kind of an outpost. Let's see if I can sneak an outpost in there. Nope. The guy's in the way. Stupid thing. And like I said, the army guys you can't control them. They just go wherever they want, which is super annoying. Alright, so let's try this outpost again. Yep, I got it. Alright, well I'm just gonna kinda keep on going here. So let's do an outpost and get to this other side. We'll start building some defensive structures. Alright, so... Say, hey, you're sneaking up on me. Let me do a ballista. And you see the little health bars above each of the structures there. Alright, I will do a ballista. Alright, so... Yeah, let's do a war camp and get some units up. Kind of in the middle there. Let's do an armory. You can see that it gets pretty crowded with stuff. There's your war camp, so we can do a barracks. Too far. You stink. I stink. Let's see, I can do a mortar. Automatically attacks ground units. Trebuchet is a long-distance turret, which I will use. I'm going to try to place it relatively close, but I hit the rock. And it's 2 more turns before you can redo that, so... Stinks to be you. So let's do a temple just to show that off. Do it this way. That one was alright. Yeah, there go those units. Alright, so I'm going to do another armory. Because you can only recharge it every so often. And that was bad. Those things are too close together for me to do it. Here come the units, though. Alright, so temple. Need gems for both of their things. I can do another barracks, though. Get some more units up. Alright, here's my armory. Let me do my mortar, because it's going to have to go after these ground units. I'm going to do it that way. Come on. There we go. So that will automatically fire on any nearby enemies. Alright, so what do I want to do? Nothing much, really. Let's do a war camp this way. And see, these guys are going to have to go around these walls, too, so they're going to have to walk all the way around where that mortar is. Let's do a trebuchet. See if I can actually hit it this time. Man, he really doesn't want to do it. Another barracks right next to your outpost. Try to do another outpost over here or something. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because I'm playing myself, but... I said I wish there was AI for the skirmish mode, definitely. Alright, so let's do... I need gems. Where are the... Oh, the gems are in the middle, aren't they? Which I basically made it so I can't get them. So let's do an... Yeah. Now, another thing you can do with Outposts is... Let's do a totem. Is you can actually fire stuff at the other side. So if you run out of stuff to do, like this landmine, so you can actually fire it at stuff, which is what I'm going to try to do here. But you gotta hit things. So basically when things get this close, you just kind of go into each other. Yeah, some magical stuff. Here come all your troops, really slowly. This guy does have a boomba though. Let's see. Ooh, he actually hit it. Let's do that again. Take that armory out. With one more. And then that'll take out the mortar too. And basically it's just you want to get rid of their... Get it. There you go. And see, that took out the mortar. Just go over and get rid of their keep. That's kind of the objective there. So basically you just kind of keep expanding up and around until you get after that. And then all the army men will attack automatically. All your defensive structures will attack automatically. Although you can go and aim with some of the stuff. Let's do Spire. Oh, kill that guy. You can definitely friendly fire. Let's do... Yeah, I actually got him. So here come all those guys. About to get beat. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it's, you know, it's just going to kind of resolve itself. And that's basically the game. Like I said, the way that the campaign is set up is that it basically starts you out with a keep and maybe one other building. And then you're up against like 5 or 6 enemies that you have to deal with one at a time. And because you can't control your troops or control most of your defenses, it makes it super frustrating. It is better when you're playing humans online, but the game also lacks the skirmish mode because, like I said, I don't even think the AI really knows how to play. And the way they got around that is by not having a skirmish mode. I know my turn's almost up, but that's right. That said, the mechanics of the game are actually pretty interesting, where you have to shoot your buildings. I think it's a really good hook. You know, it gives you a lot of interesting decisions on what type of buildings to place, because you basically have to put a building and then put buildings off of that building. You know, an optimal placement, and then also part of the game is aiming accurately so you don't waste a turn. But because you can't tell your troops to go to a specific location, it really wears down on your options. And it's really just kind of a bludgeoning between the two sides that just kind of randomly, you know, which way your troops end up going. This outpost is getting destroyed though by the barracks guy. Now you do have a little bit of leeway with the TNT you can, or the Boomba for the lizard guys, that you can kind of fire off. But it doesn't go that far, and again, you have to aim to get it. So, the game has that outpost is almost gone. We're just going to take out the other outpost and the ballista. That spire is almost gone too. So the game has unique mechanics, but the poorly designed, frustrating campaign and the lack of a skirmish mode really reduces the appeal, which is too bad because I do like the unique aiming gameplay mechanics that Siegecraft Commander does offer. That's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.